Good morning, everyone. It is April 15th, 2025, the Policy Committee meeting for UCPS. All of our board members are present. Dr. Houlihan is not with us due to technical difficulties, but hopefully he'll be able to join us. But all of our board members are present. So with that being said, can I get a approval of our agenda?
So moved.
Second.
So moved.
All right. All in favor by the sign of aye?
Aye.
Right. Opposes nay. And also, can I get an approval of our open session minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All right. All in favor by the sign of aye?
Aye.
Opposes
Aye.
nay. Awesome. Thank you all. All right. We will go through policies for second review. And as we often do, we will hear all of our policies. And at the end, we will vote on them collectively. So, Attorney Morris, it's on you. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you. The first policy for second review is policy 1-10 board meetings. This policy was reviewed by the committee in March and by the board in April. There's been no stakeholder input since that time, and staff would request that this policy go for approval at the May meeting. And as you remember, this policy was reviewed as part of the regular review of the policy manual. There's no questions. I will move on to policy 5-10, school improvement plan. This policy was also reviewed by the committee in March and the board in April. There's been no stakeholder input, and staff would request that this also go for approval at the May meeting. And this policy was also reviewed as part of the regular review. That's all for the policies for second review.
Yes, ma'am. All right. We've heard policies 1-10 and policies 5-10. All right. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second. Okay. All in favor by the sign of aye? Who's his name? Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Now policies for first review.
Okay. The first policy that we have for first review is policy 1-27. And this policy is being reviewed to address some changes in responsibility. On the second page, it used to say that the standards would be established by the Department of Public Instruction. That has been shifted to the Center for Safer Schools. So that clarification is being made. And then there's some other clarification on the first page and just some moving around to make the policy flow better. And staff would ask that this policy go for first review at the May meeting.
Questions, concerns?
Done.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to review for you policy 3-07B, racism, harassment, bullying, and bullying complaint procedure for employees, and 4-07B, racism, discrimination, harassment, and bullying complaint procedure for students together, since they're companion policies and the changes are the same. And these changes are part of the regular review, and they are to provide clarification. We added the Title IX coordinator on page 3 for one of the applicable civil rights coordinators, and then just provided some clarification on page 4 of 6 in the reporting and notice procedures. And staff would ask that those go for first review at the May meeting. Any questions or concerns?
Morris, I remember one time there was some challenges with it was an Instagram page. I think it was Black at Weddington, where there was some reports of some racism and things of that nature. How did we approach those issues?
Well, at the time, we also did some revisions to policy to address, reporting procedures at the time and expanded them. I think we had some student meeting. I think that there was some communication between staff and the students that were involved in those to try and get some more clarification on how to proceed moving forward.
Just curious. I hadn't heard anything recently, but I just was curious on how we addressed it in the past. All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and these policies, provide complaint procedures for students and
Gotcha.
employees.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
The next one is policy 4-01, attendance. And the changes in this policy are due to a change in state board policy. There was previously a state board policy which allowed students to fail a course based on attendance or failure to attend. And we had that in policy and would allow students attendance recovery so that they would not fail the class. Well, the state board policy has changed, removing the option to fail students based on attendance. So then attendance recovery is no longer needed because won't impact grade. You'd have to be failing by performance, not just attendance. So we are making that change because that attendance recovery is no longer relevant. And staff would ask that go for a review at the May meeting as well. Any questions on that? Okay, if not, I will move on to policy 5-04, extracurricular activities and interscholastic athletics. This policy, the revisions are being recommended to address the new NIL agreements, name, image, and likeness agreements, and then to address athletic eligibility and extracurricular eligibility when students or families falsify their address or fail to let us know when they move, so that impacts eligibility as well. Any questions on that? Staff would ask for this go for review at the May meeting as well. Okay, the last one we have for first review is policy 5-12, student promotion and accountability. And this, the changes to this policy are also to address some changes in state board policy. And they made some changes as to how credit recovery, the grades from credit recovery are calculated. So we're making these revisions, are proposing them to comply with that new change. And staff would request that this policy go for review at the May meeting. And I should have said this earlier, but just so that the board is aware, these policies have all been reviewed by cabinet staff and their relevant directors and staff prior to us bringing them to the board. So the changes have all been supported by cabinet staff.
Sure. All right, any questions or concerns? Okay. So can I get a motion to take these items to our May meeting as first review policies?
So
So moved.
Second. Okay, all in favor by the sign of aye?
Aye.
All right, opposers nay? Thank you so much. Our next meeting will be May the 20th, 2025 at 8 a.m. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All right, all in favor by the sign of aye?
Aye.
All right, you all have a great
Good
day.
day.
Great
Bye.
holiday.
Thank you.
Great spring break.
Bye-bye.
All that.